Continue.
All right, here we are again with cocktails and conversation. I've
I'm gonna
got
get my drink.
different libations lined up, and
Cheers.
yeah, cheers. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Kevin Hees. He is a Starlight um, profile today because we are doing Songword Art House's first solo exhibition coming up on April 30th. And so, welcome, Kevin. It's really a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a little bit of champagne. What are you drinking?
A little bourbon.
Oh wow, you went for the heavy stuff.
The
I
songbird
have
bar
to
is getting
speak.
a little light. It's a little thin. The songbird bar. We got to stock up and have more variety. So it's bourbon today.
Awesome, awesome.
So we're super excited to have a solo show. It's something that we haven't done before. Everything else has been collections, and I think that it's just a really great opportunity for us because you're an LA artist, and obviously we're in LA. It was really a great opportunity just to profile someone local and someone who has the same, I guess, interest as us, which is music. And
Sure, absolutely.
and you've created an entire collection. I think it's 21 pieces that are all themed around music. There are no lyrics in this particular collection, but I think that what's actually interesting is that we're going to deviate a little bit from the lyrical theme to something that's just more general about music and more the feeling of music, or the metaphysics of music in a way, because you can see in the background behind him, he's more of an abstract artist as opposed to the representational and figurative that we're used to here at the gallery. So it's always good to mix it up. And I think Kevin has got a really interesting worldview. So I'm excited to introduce you to Kevin. So welcome. First question, I think it's important, is just to give a bit of background. You had an interesting career before you became a professional painter. You were in the fashion world and photography. So tell me a little bit about what you were doing prior to becoming full-time artist.
Well, I was in the beauty business, and I was what you would call a triple threat. So I did hair, makeup, and photography, and all of my work was done from conception to completion by myself. So instead of having a team of people that helped me, like hairstylists and makeup people and stylists and all that stuff, I did everything by myself from conception to completion. So I hired the model, I did the hair, I did the makeup, I shot the photo, I retouched the photo, and then I put the photo into graphic design or ad layout. So so that's what I did for 35 years. And then when I moved back to the West Coast, I was like, I really want to do something with my art that's more meaningful. And so I picked up a paintbrush, and here we are today.
So the transfer from photography and makeup to painting, was it a difficult bridge and leap to make, or was it a natural one?
Uh, no, it was a really toxic transition. I had a bad experience with my photography, which I just finished an exhibition about called Cage, which will come out in the fall. Um, and so I realized very quickly that I had very little control over my intellectual property and my work. So I completely just axed my career as a photographer and began painting and using that platform, my painting as a platform to remind people of what it means to be human, right? And to have a conversation about that and about art in general.
Art in general. So when you say art in general, I mean, is there something I don't really understand what it means to say
So
art.
art in general for me is like is saying I believe that art has the power to change the world. How do you manifest change? By raising consciousness. How do you raise consciousness? By starting a conversation. So if my paintings can start a conversation about what it means to be human and what it means to be an artist, then hopefully that can help drive change.
Mhm. And so far, what's the response been to your work and your ability to communicate that message and affect change?
So it's actually been very, very interesting because I've had a lot of conversations clearly with a lot of different kinds of people, people that are in the business, people that aren't in the business, poor people, rich people of on all parts of the ladder of success. And there's one thing that I feel like people are looking for, and that, well, several things actually. Answers. They're looking for hope, right? And they're trying to understand the fundamental questions of humankind. Why am I here? Do I belong? Do I matter? Will I be heard? Those kind of fundamental questions. And my paintings revolve around a mark that symbolizes the ingredients for life, the ingredients for art. And so that's where the conversation begins. So yeah, it's been very, very effective. Absolutely. And it's going to get more intense as I go.
And so when you say, well, for sure, and you're saying your mark, so you're talking about the figures that you have come up with.
Circle with the 3 sets of 7s underneath.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. We can see them behind you, so maybe you can
Right.
reference them.
Yeah. So when I began this journey, I had 2 really good art coaches, Gary Kerr and David Einstein. One more of the left brain, more one of the right brain. And so what they said to me was, if you're going to be a painter and you want to be a successful painter, there's things that you have to do, Kevin. What's your intention? What's your purpose? Why are you becoming a painter? What are you going to do that's different? What's your point of difference? And what do you want to say to people? And on top of all of that, how is your work going to instantly stand out? If I put my painting in a room with the best of the best on planet Earth, how is your painting going to stand out to where people know, hey, that's a Hees painting, that's a Kevin Hees painting? So that's a long list of really, really important and powerful things that I had to deal with. And quite honestly, because I've been in the business of marketing and branding and all those kinds of things for so many years, I've been around it and seen so much of it. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. The mark came to me very, very naturally, just sitting and playing on paper with a pen and just saying, okay, what is energy? What is time? What are the ingredients for life? You got sight, you have sound, you have physicality. And I just,
Just a few minor questions to
Yeah,
consider.
there's a few minor questions that I had. And I did a lot of research. I can't say that I didn't study a lot. Eckhart Tolle and Deepak Chopra and Oprah and all of these, Marianne Williamson, all these people, wise people. I'm interested in hearing what wise people have to say, right? People that actually are manifesting a huge amount of change. How are they doing it? How are they using their platform to inspire and educate? How are they using their platform to unite and elevate people? The greatest thing about teaching is what you get to learn, right? So I really wanted to sit and educate myself so that I could have, like we are today, an intelligent conversation about what it is I'm trying to say. So there was many check marks I had to deal with first. Then once I dealt with the check marks, then it was just a matter of doing the work, becoming comfortable, confident in what I was doing, and then what do I want to say? In increments. So music is one topic, standing up, stepping forward, speaking out, that's another topic. Overcoming obstacles, that's another topic. So there's many, many topics that I want to deal with over, the remainder of my career. So yeah, I'm in a constant state of, my mind never turns off. It never turns off. So I have to keep journals and write notes of everything, because if I don't, then it's gone. So yeah, it came easy. I'm not going to say, and then I met really great people who elevated me very, very quickly. So I went from, I didn't go through the struggling artist, one painting in a show type thing. It just kind of burst on the scene. And so it's a lot to navigate.
Yeah.
A lot to navigate.
When success comes quickly, I think that you get so much back, so much energy back. You're giving your energy.
Absolutely.
You're getting so much back. What do you do with all that new energy, right?
And so all that energy goes in all those conversations that I have with all kinds of people all over the world. Those conversations will be seen in my art. I had people say things to me. I actually have people now sending me quotes sending me thoughts, sending me ideas that they know are going to resonate with me because they're powerful, right? They're powerful. Stop, think, breathe, speak. You know, be who you are with no fear. Just little thoughts that are really, really powerful that I think people need to hear and see every day, you know.
And
I
that's
mean, hopefully, I mean, my intention with my art, the reason why I do it is when you put my painting in your home, I want you to be reminded every day when you look at that painting of what it means to be human and what a great gift life is, that we can look up into the sky and ask questions and seek answers, have conversations, cooperate. Cooperation is the reason why human beings are at the top of the food chain, right? We can communicate in 6,500 different languages on this planet. So these are the great gifts that being a human being has given us. And I hope that when people look at my paintings, they're reminded of that.
and I think that's a great perspective and a great mission, because we talk about that a lot here as purpose. You know, what's your
Sure.
we like you, because we have so many interactions with cool, interesting people. It always comes out. People always talk about the bigger picture of life and what's your purpose on this planet.
Sure.
You manifest that. So tell me a little bit about how you arrived at music. What does music mean to you, and why did you decide to go down that path?
Well, the first major body of work that I wanted to do, I wanted to do something that would resonate with everybody. And so first and foremost, music is something that it transcends. Music transcends all boundaries. No matter where you go in the world, there's music. Even the universe has a hum, right?
Yeah.
So I began there. Well, now, what do I want to say about music? What is it about music that has such a profound effect on the human experience, right? So then I sit down and I say, well, it unites, it elevates, it empowers, it inspires, it narrates our lives, right? It heals us. So, and then then I start the story there, and then I create a series of canvases based on those ideas.
And
What it is that music does that's so profound.
and healing had a big part. The healing of power of music had a big impact on your personal life, right?
Yes, you know, as a cancer survivor and someone again who went through a toxic experience with my art, my music is what really. Here's the thing: I believe that music has the power to guide you home, not your home out here, but your home in here, your silent center, the place inside of you where you hold your clarity and your insight and your growth and your power and your freedom and your creativity. No matter where I am in the world or what's going on in my life, good or bad, if I put my headset on and I listen to my music, I can always find my way home. I can always find my way home. And see, it gives me chills just saying that to you because that is truly the essence of what these music paintings are about. And I think that's why they're resonating so well with everyone.
Because you feel that's sort of one of those universal truths. Music
Yeah,
is
I
universal.
think music is a great way it's a great way to remind people of what it means to be human. There's great stories in music. I just painted a really amazing song called for a friend of mine called White Train. The white train is a metaphor for letting go. The white train is moving forward, letting go and moving forward towards a brighter light inside of you, right? That's what the song is about. Take me home on the white train. So it's not just me having these thoughts about music and it's not just me asking questions and trying to seek answers about what it means, uh, you know, to be a human being. And you know, in the beauty business, people would always ask me, "How do you define beauty?" Okay, well, every human being is born with a divine and inherent right to be who they are, to be who they are. But being who you are isn't easy. Being you will be the bravest thing you ever do in your life, right? Be beautiful. Be beautiful. That's how I define beauty. So in these paintings, I put that in all my paintings because I want my paintings to remind people, you know, of to be who they are with no fear. To be who they are with no fear. And I think as a musician, I think it's just so courageous for a human being to be able to go up on a stage and play an instrument and sing a song. And I have worked seriously with the best of the best on planet Earth. And in 2015, I did the Grammys with Annie Lennox, and I stood side stage at the Grammys. It gives me chills. with a full orchestra and listen to her sing. There is nothing. Well, one other thing that can make you feel really great in life, but this is one of the most powerful things in life. One of the most uplifting things that I think you can do is join with a group of people and make music. It is so uplifting. That's the only way I know how to describe it. And so, and so those kinds of experiences are what drove me to do this exhibition, to create these paintings. You know what I think? I think I will always do music paintings. No matter what topic I move on to in my career, I'm always going to hear a song. I'm always going to see an artist. There's always going to be something about music that I'm going to want to paint or that's going to inspire painting. So I don't see that this topic will fade away with me. I think it will keep going.
No, it's a pretty deep subject matter to be mined. You're not just a fan of one particular music. You've got references in your painting to
All genres.
all genres. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's very cool. Well, we always like to connect the dots here between music and art. And is there a certain type of music you like to listen to when you paint?
It's very interesting. It depends on the subject matter of the painting. Like for instance, I'm working on a project for a friend of mine who lost his father when he was really young. He went on a special operation in the military and was never heard from again. That's a hard way, not having answers, to what happened to your parent like that. So right now, I'm listening to a soundtrack from a movie that was released in 1983 called Yentl, about a girl that dresses like a boy because she wants to study. And her father has passed away. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of the movie Yentl. It's a Streisand movie. It's really, 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 I think it's much more of a profound movie than even she meant it to be. But ultimately, it's about looking up into the sky and asking questions and seeking answers. What we're just talking about. It's about knowing that his father is there with him. Here's the thing: the goal in life isn't to live forever. The goal in life is to create something that does. And those could be your children, moments, music, your art, your whatever that is for you. But I think when you have a parent and you have those moments with your parents, right? That never leaves you. That's always with you, and that's really what Yentl is about. Her father, no matter where she goes in life, is always going to be with her. Streisand lost her father when she was really young. So, so I'm listening to that because I'm creating work about that particular subject, and that music, if you haven't heard it, I highly recommend it. It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking. The words are so profound to all of the songs. It's about it's about stepping outside, taking a look around, and realizing that there's a great big world out there. There's more than what you just see out the window. The sky is endless. The sky is not. They always say the sky is the limit. The sky isn't the limit. The sky is just the beginning of all things possible. So yeah. it's, I tell you, I can just hear something and just hear a lyric, and it just makes my mind go crazy. But that's what it's supposed to do, right?
And you've got a very diverse color palette as well. We have in several of the pieces that being just so many vibrant colors. Obviously, you do black and white. You like to work in those sort of stark contrasting colors, but also we've got a whole variety of really interesting light and pastels and deep earth tones. And so I think your art feels very grounded to the universe, not only in terms of the shape. Those circles are universal shapes. They're in physics. The circle is the purest, most natural form, and you've tapped into that. And then you've got some other numerological elements to what you do. You want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, it's a really, really interesting that you bring that up, because someone asked me recently, why are there so many numbers and formulas in your paintings? And I say, because numbers don't lie to me, right? Numbers are the truth. I know that.
They don't lie. Is that what you said?
Numbers don't lie to me.
Don't
I
lie.
know that 1 + 1 is no 1 + 1 = 2, right? I know the Fibonacci sequence is the Fibonacci sequence. I know. So it's I like numbers because they don't lie to me, and there's no way around the truth of numbers. So, I you know I I try I try my best to make. Well, I know that my paintings are coming from an honest place inside of me. I know that my paintings are coming from a truthful place inside of me. Uh, I, we live in such a world of manipulation, and without just being, because I want the conversation to become negative. There's just a lot of negativity out there, and so I want my paintings to be a source of light and the source of the truth. I guess that's the best way to put it.
And the number seven, what's that mean to you? Because that's a big part of your paintings, right?
Sure. Yes. Seven, in my opinion, is the most important, the most profound number in the human experience. Right. So um,
Why?
I could really go on and on, but I'll just quickly for me and my mark, 7 colors in a rainbow. With those 7 colors, 7 prismatic colors. With those 7 colors, we can create millions of colors. 7 notes in a musical scale. With those 7 notes, we can create symphonies. 7 attributes of physicality. Everything in the physical world has a top, a bottom, a front, a back, 2 sides, and a center of connection. Without those attributes, not even a molecule can exist. 7 is the pH balance of pure water, 7 days of the week, 7 continents, 7 divided oceans, 7 chakras, 7 universal laws. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. And so those things are, to me, are a representation of the truth, right? Of the truth. And those things have a very profound effect. Without water, there can be no life. Without H2O, there can be no life. That is just a fundamental scientific fact of humanity. So these things to me are very, very powerful. So, and they have a huge, huge amount of importance on being human, of existing, period. So yeah, that's why I use the number 7.
And how do you use the number seven? Where is it? Is it just painted number seven, or is there something else that?
Well, it's a very good question. So I put the 7 in my mark, right? And then I create, if you look at my paintings, you'll see 7 pillars, or you'll see 20, wherever you see a circle in my paintings, that is a representation of energy. Wherever you see circles inside of circles, that's an energy, a burst of energy. That's what that represents to me. So you'll see if you break everything down, there's 7 medium-sized circles, there's 21 small circles, there's 7 pillars. Everything is either in sevens or divisible by 7. It's really, it makes it, I don't know if I'll keep on that. Right now, that's where I'm at with it. So it's a great roadmap for me because I know that I have a certain amount of space that I have to fill on that canvas. There's a specific topic that I want to address on that canvas. And so it gives me kind of a roadmap, let's say, gives me a roadmap. But I also like paintings with a lot of negative space. So I could see me doing this one mark and then there's a lot of negative space with color and texture and whatever I decided to put. But yeah, so that's why 7 is so important for me.
Cool.
It's very interesting too, because you say, I wasn't in the beginning going to paint with color. In the beginning, I was inspired by a painter out of Athens, Greece, who I hope to bring here soon. His name is The Crank, and he paints only with black paint on white or white paint on black. So, and I love Richard Serra, and I love Adam Pendleton. They're artists that that really resonate with me. So I was just going to paint with black and white, but then after I got going, then the representatives that work with me, the people that work with me said, Kevin, if you paint in color, we can, it brings more value to the painting, right? So I didn't, that was really a turning point for me because I didn't know, I'm not a trained painter. I've never taken a painting class. I don't know anything what I'm doing, right? So I'm just trying to so I had to really, really educate myself. I had to really study and watch a lot of documentaries on process. I don't believe in the color wheel because for me, when you go out into the world every day, everything isn't color coordinated to a color wheel. So I want my paintings to look like they could be anywhere on the planet and fit in. So I don't try to follow those kinds of like color rules clearly, but it's something I struggle with, and I have to really I have to make myself, I have to really push myself to keep trying new colors, new color combinations. And because mother colors can also, you know, represent very heavily mood, you know. So you don't want to do a whole lot of dark paintings. You don't want to do too many light paintings. And so I try to mix it up. I try to do a little bit of everything, and I think people are, you know, different people like different things. Some people like more of the earth tones. Some people like just a lot of my experience has been a lot of wealthy people decorate their homes in earth tones, creams, beiges, whites, and then they bring the art in as the color. So I've had many conversations saying, you know, do a lot of color because that really resonates, you know, with the upper echelon. They're really looking for that art color. They're looking for that color for to make their home, right? Set the mood of the room. So I'm learning, you know, I'm learning. There's just so many layers, so many layers. Yeah.
Well, unlike maybe a lot of other artists who started when they were much younger than you are, and they have all this experimentation that has already
Yeah.
it's already in the past. You've already done. You're starting your journey so much ahead of you in terms
Right.
of what you're exploring and what you're learning. So we're really honored to have you at this stage in your career because we know that you're going to go and do great things and already have done great things. So the public is going to get a great opportunity to see what you've done so far. And this is about music, so good for everybody. Win-win. Awesome. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and for those of you watching between now and the 30th, put it on your calendar. Save the date. Songward Art House in Westlake Village from 6 to 9 p.m. We are having an amazing one-man solo show of Kevin Hees, sponsored by the Mizell Estate Vineyard. So come, have a few glasses of wine, see, and hopefully buy some art. All right. Thanks so much.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
See you
All
very soon.
right.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.